Welcome, replay viewers, to the last day of Be Your Own Magician. If you wish to fast forward the first few bits of intro, please feel free. Okay, so my name is Tiffany Crosara. Just a quick introduction for those of you that don't know me. I am an inner transformation specialist, author, and creative catalyst, yes. And that is also connected to being a courageous catalyst as well. I'm also the boho CEO of the multi-award winning brand, The Transformational Truth of Tarot. It's a book, it's a game, and it's also an amazing, ass-kicking, life-changing, powerful immersion course. So what is it I actually do? I help intuitives that have been using their intuition as outtuition, i.e. they've tuned out of their own needs and wants and into other people for so long, they might even not realize that they're doing it. How can you tell that you're doing it? You're not really receiving in your life. That could be in terms of career and success, or it could be in terms of relationships. There's some block to you receiving. So what I do is I work with transformative tarot rather than predictive. Predictive embeds outtuition. So it's like, I want to know what is going to happen outside of me. Is it going to come back to me? When am I going to get that job? Blah, blah, blah. Whereas what I do is I work with the tarot as a mirror to reflect back to you what's going on inside of you, so that you can be the change that you wish to see, because that is really only when the patterns change, and that is really only when your life changes. So we've been doing that this week here in Be Your Own Magician, and today is the last series of this 5 free-day challenge, Be Your Own Magician. So I'm just going to take you through what we've done, just a little refresh on what we've done, just so you can check back in with where you are with it all. And then we will go through what it takes to manifest properly. What exactly does it take? And we will look at the most important thing, one most important question you can ask yourself in regards to setting intentions. And I know a few of you have got a little bit overwhelmed and your intentions have kind of split off here, there and everywhere. So we'll come back to Earth today with the Pentacle, and we'll also be looking at the power of the review. So tomorrow I won't be going live. This is the last live, but I will be posting up a review for you to do, which will really help you ground, really help you land. And also on Monday, I will be showing up at the same time with a class on the whole journey of the major arcana in the tarot, which is called the Fool's Journey. And I'm doing that because I am doing my last ever live run of Zero to Hero this September. After that, you can still access it, but it will be digital. So if you ever wanted my live guidance, then like on an entry level, because TTT is kind of at the top of the staircase, you have to be really committed with your time, with your money. You have to be sure that you want to immerse yourself that deeply. So if you want an entry level taste of like what this is in a much deeper way, then you do want to make sure that you sign up for that. The link is, when I say sign up for that, I mean the early bird. It's a 24-hour early bird that only comes out to people that have actually asked for it. So let me just get that up for you here. It's in the post. There's a link. So if you go to this link, Invite Hero, then basically what happens is you get an hour-long meditation through the Fool's Journey. So the tarot has a major arcana and a minor arcana. I'm not going to get too much into that today cards, but when I talk about the journey, the major arcana is a journey in itself. It's also known as the hero's journey. It's your soul evolutionary map. So basically that's what this meditation does, is it introduces you to your own soul evolutionary map, and you will go in and out of consciousness. No one really stays awake for the whole thing. So take note of the cards that you wake up on, because it's like having a reading whilst you're sleeping. So you do want that, and you also want to be on the list to receive the exclusive early bird, because you're not forced to take it. But if you're not on the list, then you won't get it, and it's going to save you £100, which is more than half price off of the last ever live run of Zero to Hero. I will be back on Monday as well with this class for you on this journey that I've just spoken to you about, the Fool's Journey, and going from Zero to Hero in 22 days, so you understand a bit more. But you really want that link, because you've got nothing to lose by signing up for receiving the meditation and an offer to come in for my last ever live run in the cheapest way possible. Okay, so now we've got that out of the way, let's come back to your comments and the content for the day. Okay. Hey Marie, and someone's saying I've got rainbows on my face. Oh, that's nice. That's the light coming through. Hopefully you guys are feeling a bit better. I know yesterday was a little bit of a wobbly day, wasn't it? And we'll speak about that as we go on as well. But let's start with a quick review of the whole shebang that we've done over the last 5 days. So we started with the Magician to activate our intention. So hopefully you know what your intention is. So my intention, for instance, was to be at a certain place with another course that I've got lined up for you called the 10-day intuitive immersion system. And yes, so that was my intention. And yesterday it looked like I wasn't going to be in a finished place with that. When I say finished, I just want it finished in the back end. It's not ready to launch, but just to know that it will be ready to launch because it's all together. And I really thought, no, I'm not there with it at all. I felt really blocked and really rubbish yesterday. And then this morning, that all changed. So I'm wondering where you're at with your intention. Are you feeling lost with the intention that you set on Monday? Or where do you feel like some of you are just bubbling now, and that's fine because we're only working with the aces, which are the beginning. So even if you feel like actually nothing's manifesting, what is bubbling? It would be great to know. So if you just put that in the chat box, that would be fantastic. So then we went on to the sword, because that is on the Magician's altar. It's the first thing here, which is about the mindset, the intention. So we spent a couple of days mulling over intention really and mindset, because we need to get that kind of first before anything else can happen. And then when you've got the inspiration for your intention, rather than what I should do, but like the inspiration, you feel it inside it makes you kind of bubble up and flow over inside, and the Ace of Cups. And if you are like me, you've kind of got stuck in the cup for a couple of days, just like we're in the air for a couple of days, because the Magician is Gemini, so he's ruled by Mercury, so he's air, and the Ace of Wands is air. And it was almost as if the cup was saying, well, I want just as long, thank you very much, so I'll take 2 days as well. Some of you reading your post, some of you really were in the Wands yesterday, and some of you maybe started in the Cups in the beginning of the day and went into the Wands at the end of the day, and some of you were just in Wands. But it was interesting this way here to see that there was all these really unique divine timings in this journey, more so than ever before. And the wands, you know, when it comes in, really, it really makes a entrance. There's nothing subtle about the wands. So if you're doubting if the wand was there, definitely share in the group and I can help you see whether it was or it wasn't. There are other things we will look at today in this live which will help you understand how to find where you are with the cards when you're feeling lost on the journey as well. But generally speaking, there's a kind of no mistaking when the wands happens. So I say generally speaking because it's been, I'm just going to tell you as an example, it's been a weird one with the wands with me because it was there on the cups day in the evening when I shared from the heart and I opened to vulnerability and I softened so I may receive. I received lots of messages from sharing my vulnerability that actually be authentic, be yourself, and actually owning your power is about that. It's and it was like, oh yeah, dong. I was hit over the head with a wand and given my power back. And then yesterday, I just felt like I hadn't slept. It was really weird. And like I was in this moony state, watery state, and I just couldn't get going. It was like a washout. The whole day was really hard energetically. And it was like, I can't do anything except self-love today and take it gently and take it quietly and take it easy. And I thought, that really isn't a wand energy at all. That is really an ace of cups energy more than an ace of wands energy. So that's interesting. I had to work until 9 o'clock last night. I was in a meeting until 9 o'clock last night. And the part of my intention that was blocked practically, so I had unblocked it emotionally by sharing, yes, on the day of the Ace of Cups, the part that was blocking me from getting it done practically, the know-how to take, I didn't know what action to take to make it happen. That unhooked last night in that meeting. I got exactly what I needed to help me move forward. So then it was like, the Ace of Wands has kicked in, but I still was feeling really drained. Until I woke up this morning at the crack of dawn, 4 a.m, bang, awake. And that was it. I had to get out of bed there and then. I don't know if any of you intuitives or creatives know this, but it's like when you're woken up at the early hours of the morning, it's like, for me, it's not like I'm going to sit in meditation and do yoga. It's like that thing that you just got the green light for. Go and flip into it. That's how ass-kicking my guides are. Love you. So, so I got up and did that, implemented it. It took me 4 hours, but bang, I feel confident that this is going to be finished by the time we've done the reviews and tidied up everything, which, you know, really is going to be next week, Monday, Tuesday, but that's like totally polished. For me now, I can see what I need to do. It's really flipping clear. I can see what I need to do to manifest it. I've just got to actually make it happen now, but that's in my power, right? So I don't have any doubt on that. Now, where do you think you're at? Do you think you're in the cups, or do you think you are do you think you're in the cups, or do you think you're in the wands, or do you think you're even in the pentacles? So that would be good to know. And you might be there thinking, I have no idea, Tiff. I mean, I can tell for sure now that I am not in the cups anymore. How do I know that? Well, I was woken up at the crack of dawn, boom, put straight back into action, boom. And then I went back to bed at 8 and I got up at 10 and it's like, oh my God, it's 12. I've been showing up imperfectly. It's a complete mess. It's like a bomb has hit this place. My kitten has run outside and we haven't let her out unsupervised yet. And I haven't done my hair, you might be able to notice, and I'm showing up imperfectly. Boom. That is the wand for you. Yes. And it's like there's all this energy everywhere and everything is happening. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm in the wand. But, you know, these energies, they don't just, even though I say there's like no mistaking that you're in the wand when you're in the wand, these energies do overlap. So one of the theories why some people felt like they were still in the cups yesterday was because it was a Pisces moon. I think it is still a Pisces moon, and it goes into Aries later today or tomorrow, I think, which is the wand, fire, boom, right? And yes, I'm sure that has a part to play with it. And it's also your it's like the cards always give you what you need. You and the universe have your own relationship. You have your own divine timing. And sometimes it can be so hard to know where you are with it. So there are some things you can do. You can do a tarot feeling meditation. And I work with this more in the transformational truth of tarot. There's three prongs to the practice in transformational truth of tarot. That is journeying with the cards day in, day out, practically. And it is also doing your TF, tarot feely daily, and also doing your storytelling daily. I'm not going to go through and actually do those with you today, but I will talk to you about them. So I'll tell you how to do them, basically. So with a tarot feely, you're not actually looking at the card of the day. You're selecting one and placing it between your hands, unknown, and you're letting go of trying to get to know the card. It's not about that. It's about welcoming the card into you. It's about releasing, softening, breathing in the gorgeous energy, tuning into it, becoming one, merging with it. And you want the message in the card. So you send your thoughts up and you ask if there is a message in this card. What is the message in the card? And the message could be coming through your feelings. It could be coming through your visions. It could be that you hear it. And there's many an intricacy to this art of tarophilia. A lot of people get stuck in intuition when they see the card because it's a judgment, and it's like, well, that doesn't fit with the message, when really the whole point is to not be in the judgment. It's to close the eyes, to be out of the judgment, to have that connection with your higher self, which is blocked by going into intuition or judgment of the card. So if it looks different, one of the quick fixes you can do is just ask if it is an antidote. And this is something you can do when you're lost on the journey as well. Quite often when I don't know what card I'm on, I will do a tarot feeling and actually ask and tune into the feelings that I'm getting blind, like what element, what am I feeling? And it's amazing how more often than not, the card that is coming or is there is actually the card in between my hands, believe it or not. It's happened to me 3 times in the last week or the last fortnight. So I wondered if I was on the 2 of Wands, did a tarot feely, and it was the 2 of Wands. I wondered if I was on the 3 of Wands, did a tarot feely. It wasn't the 3 of Wands, but the 3 of Wands was on the bottom of the deck. And I just did this morning a tarot feely. And I wondered if I was on the Ace of Wands at the time, but now I know for sure with the bomb site and the crazy kitten that's escaped trying to go on live that I'm on the Ace of Wands. But I did my tarot feeling this morning, and I thought, you know what? I actually feel that I am I don't know, am I on the Ace of Wands or am I on the Pentacles? And the message came through of this work in progress was the message. And I saw like when you cut a tree and all the rings, and I saw when you do a clay pot and all the rings, and it was work in progress. And I got the Empress, which makes complete sense for that. Plus it's also like major arcana Earth, so major arcana version of the Ace of Pentacles, which happened to be the next card. So the Ace of Pentacles is working its way in, I'm on the Ace of Wands, but it's working its way in. So use all of your senses. Like, what is going on in your life? Is that more an Ace of Wands, or is that more an Ace of Pentacles? You could do a tarot feelie to tune in. You can take note, just wake up, look around. That's what it's all about. And the other thing that we do to help ourselves is called storytelling. But I'm not going to go into that today because we're going to go on too long. But basically, it's where you choose, you literally choose visually the cards that represent, that you feel came out to you in your day. And then you can see, like, oh, yeah, in review, there's wands here or there's pentacles here. So those are things that you can do to help yourself when you feel lost on the journey. Okay, so I'm going to go quick fire through the rest of today's content, and I'm going to come and look at your comments. Okay, so where were we at? What does it take to manifest magically? We have just spoken about the mindset piece, and we have done a lot on setting the intention. You have to know where you want to go, right? In order to manifest magically. You also have to make sure that it's in alignment with how you're feeling, with the inspired action that you want to take. And then you can get to manifest it. But it's never exactly how you would think. And that is the magic. But we block the magic when we're in that place of like, oh, it's imperfect, or we set an intention and we just expect it to be like plain sailing, and you hit a hurdle and you go, oh, right, okay, well, that didn't look it, or I'm a failure, or it's a failure. So the first thing is to get really friendly with failure. Fail fast, fail forward. I don't know if you've heard all of this. Will Smith has got a great video on failure. So do look up, just Google it, Will Smith failure. What he says is so apt. It is so true. If you don't get a really friendly relationship with failure, then you're blocking yourself, because in reality, you will, like Thomas Edison, fail, what was it? Something like 9,999 times before you get that one light bulb moment that really lasts as a breakthrough, lasting change for the world. But if you stop even at 9,998, then you're never going to get there, right? So that is what it takes. That is what it takes to be a magician, all right? Is to get that kind of place of failure sorted, or that relationship with failure sorted. And I really want to speak about that on this Ace of Pentacles day, because we're looking at what really matters with your intention, setting that right intention. What is it that you really want to manifest? Come back to one question. The most important question of the lot is, what would self-worth do? And that can relate to failure as well. Like, would self-worth be saying that it's a failure, or would self-worth be going, you know, if this is what you really want, then do it, and know that it's a learning along the way, and make that your self-love a mantra. So if you're feeling a little bit split off with your intentions, as I know some of you are, come back to it and say, you know, what is your big why for the intention? And to be honest, there's so many things that fit in with a bigger intention, and we are looking at the bigger intention. So it's like, what is that broad, overarching intention? Let me tell you what mine is, for instance. My broad, overarching intention is to build a world where intuitives are recognized, not judged, not misunderstood, but actually really, like, you might have heard me say that even the Equality Act that says that a person can't be discriminated against because of their belief or the way that they are, actually it doesn't touch the surface with intuitives, particularly if you're into tarot. So, you know, you just don't have the same rights. You don't get the same kind of legal rights. It's like it's not seen as a way of being. It's seen as a con artist thing. And so we're seen as weird, wacky con artists, frauds, things along those lines, and we just don't get the proper understanding or support. And we're so bad at knowing or understanding ourselves or how to support ourselves that I'm really starting with the intuitives and helping the intuitives understand what it's really about and how to really support themselves, and then go out and be this change out there in the world, so that we do get up there with the LGBTQ community. I mean, there's a great film called Pride. If none of you have seen it, do watch it. And it's about the beginning of the Pride movement, and that was back in the 1980s. So, you know, you can see that that was 40 years ago, and it's only really now that the LGBTQ community is really coming into its own. And the same with feminism. I mean, how long ago was it that we burned our bras? You know, that's the suffragettes movement, and you know, we're still in that place of the Me Too movements, and now we've got the Black Lives Matter movements, whereas slavery was abolished God knows how long ago, or was it? So, you know, to be honest, we are really still in the dark ages when it comes to being intuitive. We don't have this hashtag Me Too or hashtag Black Lives Matters. And this is really what my burning, you can tell I'm on the ones today. This is really what my burning intention is to burn through that and leave a legacy where people understand the power of tarot for transformation, because abuse of it is abuse of oneself, and there is a lot of problems with exploitation and misunderstanding in the field. And it's also really important that we start with the individual, that I help the individual first understand how to actually be in that beautiful place with themselves of getting what they need and want, and then be the change that ripples out in the world. So that is my overall broad intention. So everything that I do is in alignment with that intention, right? So this is what we want to get clear for you. We are at the 5th day now, and you're not going to have achieved that broad overarching intention in 5 days. Not even God could do it in 7 days, right? So, you know, you're not going to do that. But what is that broad overarching intention, and what actions can you take? What one action can you take today to start really birthing it, to start really making it come through? So you might be there thinking, well, I've got this that I want to do, and I've got that I want to do. But the overall intention is the important thing. So what you do is you come back to it and you go, is that one of the steps that leads me to my broad overarching intention? If so, then yes, that is where to put my energy. If not, then no. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. Yes. Okay, so we have done most important thing for your intention. And remember, the most important question as well is, what would self-worth do? And the power of the review, I've spoken about that with the storytelling, but it was very brief. I will be putting a review up for you tomorrow, which will help you to actually land with it. So I'm going to go through your comments now. Do let me know if you have any questions. Yes, Leslie, that comment about the wands and the pentacle was to you. Absolutely. It says your name on it. Leslie Stopford. Sounds to me to stick with the wands, but use the pentacle as a bit of a well-needed self-care and nurture. I'm just saying it out loud in case you were talking about another comment I wasn't sure about. Sonia, yes, priority becomes abundantly clear around 3 a.m. Fantastic. Regular occurrence these days. Yes, Leslie too. Very early this morning got up because they said it was going to get hotter. So got up and tidied outside and did some cleaning. Very one-like as well. And Sonia's feeling that she's definitely in the Pentacles. Great. I'm glad to see that you're feeling much clearer than maybe you were feeling yesterday. And okay, so I've just got to put this comment up, Leslie, because there's some new comments that's hiding your comments. Okay, brilliant, fantastic. And Sonia says, okay, she's getting some stuff coming through. Yay! Delphine, my burning intention is that people understand how important this planet is for us all. Beautiful. It is my intention that humanity realizes that we are the carers of this planet, but we can only do that through self-awareness. Yes. And that comes through what would self-worth do, right? If we all had amazing self-esteem, there would not be capitalism, there would not be war, there would not be lack, there would not be greed. So yes. And that's why it's so important that we start with ourselves and be the change that we wish to see, because when we're lacking from our own self-worth, it's like we can never get there. It can never really happen. So it is about being in that place in yourself with your own self-worth, and that ripples out. Otherwise, we pass things down, don't we? We pass patterns down to our children, things that aren't of great inheritance. So unfortunately, it happens a lot in childhood, and it's just the way our culture is aligned. And that's what I talk about with intuition and outuition. We're trained to be outuitives as children, intuitives, but outuitives, meaning that we get to that place of, oh my gosh, I need to actually tune into my parents to survive, to understand what their needs are, and we tune out of our own, and that's when our self-worth switch goes off, and then that goes down the line of the generations, and then we end up like we are now. And so yes, it's really important, as you can see, as intuitives, that we change all of that. So this type of thing that Delphine wants happens as well, that we all need. Okay, so amazing intention, Delphine. Hey, Kathy, great to see you here. Okay, so that's it for today. I wish you, I was going to say a wonderful day, but maybe you are on the Pentacles. And keep those reviews going. They're great to see coming up in the group in the evening. Do your live today. It's your last chance, or maybe tomorrow you could do your review live, you know. But this is a safe place for you to show up, and this work is all about connecting. It's about connecting with yourself. I think Ruth said it beautifully, like, these journeys are amazing, even though they hurt. They're incredible because it's like they open you up to the magic, and the more that you can open up, the more that you can receive. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Delphine. I'm sorry to hear that you're unwell. Rest well. Maybe you're more in the Ace of Cups, or maybe the Ace of Pentacles. Cups and Pentacles are very similar to each other. They're more subtle and they're more gentle, whereas the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands are a bit more active, fast, and butt whooping even. All right, take absolute care, and I will see you on Monday for a little grand finale on a masterclass on the Fool's Journey, and the actual proper real journey in numerical order of soul evolution in the tarot. You don't want to miss that. It will be midday UK, same time, and you can get a little meditation on the journey here. Don't forget that. and it's amazing because you'll go in and out of consciousness, and just take note of the cards that you wake up on, because they will be significant. And also, by joining for that, we'll get an exclusive early bird invite to Zero to Hero, my last ever live run, which will get you in for less than half price. So there's no obligation, you just get the invite. You definitely get the meditation, and you definitely get the invite, but you will, as I said, not lose anything from signing up for that. Only gain. And I will see you on Monday at midday UK, and I will post the review for you tomorrow. All right, keep up the great work, and I hope that what I've given you today helps you ground and helps you stay on track with identifying your intention and your actions that are in alignment with that, and the mindset on what it takes to actually manifest, i.e. getting friendly with failure. Remember, Google Will Smith failure video is brilliant. Take care. Bye for now.